Hey guys, this is the hike to Willow Hole. It's actually a grove of willow trees nestled here in the middle of an area called the Wonderland of Rocks here in the Joshua Tree National Park. It's a moist area, and it's actually got its own microclimate here, according to the park rangers, which is pretty cool. It's a little bit different than your normal Joshua Tree hike, so definitely worth a visit. It's 6.5 miles round trip. It's an out and back hike. Don't let the distance scare you. It's pretty flat in general, and it's pretty easy to follow and doable. If you're going to do it, though, just go to HikingGuy.com where I have the maps and I tell you about the water and all that kind of stuff, so you're prepared and you're doing the hike safely. But otherwise, here are the turn-by-turn directions to Willow Hole.
The hike starts at the popular Boy Scout Trail trailhead. There's a lot of parking, but it does get really crowded. It is a popular trailhead. There's a lot of little use trails around the parking lot. You're going to look for the toilets and this trail sign right here, which is also called Keys West. And this is the official start of the Boy Scout Trail, and you can see it's wide, easy to follow. And soon after starting, you're going to find this trail marker sign that points us to Willow Hole, confirming we're in the right place. Now, in the beginning of the hike, you're going to get some nice views off to the left of the San Bernardino Mountains, including San Gorgonio, which is the highest point in Southern California. Kind of cool to see the big mountains when you're down here in the desert. I'm going to keep hiking straight. Now, there's a bunch of these little side trails here, like the one to the left, and they have these little posts. Those are climbing area access trails, and generally they're well marked. There's a little icon on there of a rock climber, so if you see those, don't go down those, just go straight on the Boy Scout Trail. There are some like these to the right here that don't have signs, and they're much smaller in general, little use trails going to the climbing areas. But we're just going to go straight here. Now, the one trail junction that is important is where the Willow Hole Trail splits off from the Boy Scout Trail, which is right here. Boy Scout Trail is there on the left. Willow Hole, which is marked by a sign, is here on the right, and it is easy to follow, as you can see, much like the Boy Scout Trail. And you're going to get some nice views of this big piece of granite that Joshua Tree is famous for climbing. And if you can see there's a couple little climbers on the rocks climbing up there. Neat to watch them as they go up there, little ants climbing up the rock. We're going to keep going straight here. And again, on this section, there are some side trails that are access trails to the climbing areas, and you can see the group of rocks over there where people are going to climb. But we're going to keep going straight on through towards Willow Hole. Now, at some point, the scenery changes dramatically, and this is the beginning of the Wonderland of Rocks, which is a big area within Joshua Tree that's sort of a maze of granite and rocks that a lot of people use for climbing. A lot of trees here because the root systems actually go into the cracks of granite for moisture that pools in there, so you get a little more vegetation here. Now the trail starts to twist around to the right and head through a wash, and it's kind of in a wash for most of the way down there, and you can see there's some stones on the left that mark the trail. In general, there's stones and little cairns that will confirm that you are on the trail, but it's a little bit tougher to follow here than it was in the beginning. Here you can see we are going through a little boulder field within the wash. If you have a GPS, I recommend bringing it with you, loading the GPX track that I provide on the website so that you can confirm where you are. Just a little helpful cross-reference as you make it down here, but plenty of people don't do that, so you can do it without a GPS. This is a neat little section here where you go through the Slot Canyon. And you can still see we're in the wash here. And obviously you're not going to want to do this if there's thunderstorms. This is going to turn into a different situation here on the wash. We're going to keep going forward. You can see the wash gets really wide, and that's one of my favorite rock formations. In front there, that face kind of looks like a sad gorilla. There's probably a million of those here in Joshua Tree, but I like this one. And we're going to keep on going straight through the wash. And eventually you're going to kind of get to this thicket. And the wash gets really small, and there's a couple of little trails that go through here. You're just going to go on the main one here, which again gets small. This is going to lead you through to the Willow Hole area. Here you can see it's a little overgrown. There's a lot of rain, it's more overgrown. And here we are in the general Willow Hole area. Now at times there's a little pond here, other times it's a bog, other times it's totally dry. But you can explore around here. There's a lot of use trails. We're going to go off to the left. Over through there, there's a little log bridge. If there's water here, you can cross the little log bridge. We're going to climb up here. There's a neat little section where you can sit and have a bite. But to get to the actual Willow Hole, again, according to the rangers, the actual hole is through that little area over there to the left. You're going to climb up over a little rock, and then this is Willow Hole. So this is the area where there's a grove of willow trees, which you can see right there. And again, you can scramble around back to the right here, and there's a neat little place where you can sit up on the rocks, get nice views to the east, which you can see there, and also views of Willow Hole. And once you're done hanging out here, you just head back the way you came. It can get a little tricky, so pay attention and enjoy yourself.
So that's the hike, Willow Hole. Once you get here, you just hike on back out and enjoy the day, enjoy the park. It is beautiful. Now, if you're watching on YouTube, I have the full corresponding article in a link directly underneath the video, so make sure you click on that and visit that. Get the maps, bring the right amount of water, all that fun stuff. And if you are watching on YouTube, as always, my one ask is to please click that little thumbs up button. That will help other people find the video, hopefully do the hike safely, have a fun time, and not get hurt. And if you have any questions, just leave me a comment in the underneath the video, and I will do my best to answer it. All right, guys, Willow Hole, give it a try. It's a neat one. See ya.